How long will y'all be in beta? Like, will y'all be in beta even after y'all launch? Because I heard terms like that before. Or when y'all launch, it's like, this is the performance. Y'all gonna love it, and the fact that y'all already have over 1 million people. I mean, I can imagine what the stress test has been like. So, but when y'all officially launch and everything like that, what happens then? Like what's the plan? What's the goal once it's officially, like out there? What do you expect? What are you planning for it? It has to be big. It has to be big. So talk to me about that.
Well, yes. I mean, when we started out, the beta, the vision was to give people kind of that chance to try these different games and, get into it. And then if they like it, obviously move on. But there's just some more people than we could have, imagined in this beta just because of word of mouth. Like, we didn't really throw any money into it. And then, naturally it's gaming. So the friends aren't necessarily sitting next to you split screen. Absolutely. They're online, in another country or something. So we have these users all over the world. That's what we're using the beta for. It's like we have these users in different regions, and we need to kind of perfect the experience in all these different places, but also controlling, kind of letting people in as we find problems with their device and we need to fix them, and also different locations, kind of scaling those out. But once we feel comfortable that we can have no wait times, you sign up, you can play right away, and that the people who already are in are going to be able to not be affected by anyone new coming in, because there's someone else in who's now taken away from when they can hop on. Yeah. As long as once we feel like it's big enough where a couple thousand people signing up or whatever, it's not going to affect the people who are already inside the beta. That's when we're going to come out of beta. So, timing wise, I think it could be a little while, but beta, it's just a way for us to say you may not get in right away. It's exclusive, but that's because we want to make sure the people who are in have a good experience. So that's
Now, final question, right? You got PlayStation, you got Xbox, you got Nintendo Switch, you got all these things, right? Say PC, everything. You got all these platforms, right? You have NVIDIA GeForce now. You have Liquid Sky. There's a lot out there in terms of options to use to play games. What about Liquid Sky you feel has from a competitive standpoint, what do you feel about Liquid Sky has the competitive edge? And y'all both can answer this, because I would love to see y'all different points of view. But what about Liquid Sky you feel has the competitive edge that you feel fans will gravitate to y'all to help grow what Liquid Sky is, and where do you see Liquid Sky being at in the next 4 years?
I'll let Ian start.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, in terms of, just right off the bat, we have access to the most content. PC, there's more games that are made for PC than there are on any console. There are some console exclusives that we're working on getting, some through the Windows Store, different avenues. But
wait. What?
Windows Store, there's a lot of console games coming to the store. That's all I can say. But yeah.
Okay. But the reason why you said, because when you said that, the first thing that came to my mind was like, God of War. Like, what I'm saying? It's Sony stuff.
Yeah, not Sony stuff.
Yeah,
no.
Sony stuff. I was like, there's something I don't know. For a second, all right, cool, throw it out there.
No, yeah. So, well, it's tough for me to talk after that, man. I mean, that was yeah. So, anyways, we hope it'll be good. No, so no. So, we're not trying right now to replace the consoles. We want to give people a chance when they're away from a console, or if they can't afford a console, a way to connect. But we see, that we have all the PC content that consoles can get. We have that entry level, ad supported model, that free plan that's much more tailored to people as opposed to an Xbox. And plus, you have to go buy, an Xbox, but we want to kind of give people a way to play when they're away from home, or if they can't get their hands on an Xbox. We want to kind of take that market on that doesn't have an Xbox yet. That's kind of where we're at for now. But we're also partners with Microsoft and actually NVIDIA. I don't know if Jason mentioned that. So we use NVIDIA cards. We have some AMD cards coming in the service as well. But so that's kind of where we see it. It's a way to play when you're away from a console right now, and then also kind of a way to,
Using the same thing as NVIDIA, though, in terms of the GeForce 1080 chip? Is that what y'all using for y'all?
So it's, yes, that's another, so we, NVIDIA was closed catalog to date. So it was, those games, kind of like the OnLive thing, they had a series of games that they got supported on their platform. We were the first open catalog. We call it the Sky Computer, and NVIDIA is now calling it the virtual PC, their version that they're trying to make. But on the graphics side, these AMD cards that are coming in, they're more like server chips. So they're not like actually 1080s. They're just comparable to 1080s. So when you run a benchmark, they get the same scores.
They're not actually giving you a 1080.
And we have very different back end than NVIDIA, but the actual card in the server is it's a server card. It's called a grid card. So so there's a grid. We use a couple different cards. One of them is a grid. One of them is a Tesla series. So it's not like a Geforce. It's like a Tesla.
Gotcha.
But the comparable speeds. So that's kind of why they're saying it. That's why we're saying it.
I got you.
They took
people want to know.
They took the leap and they compared it to a 1080. So we're gonna compare it. It's the same. The elite plan is kind of like the 1080 spectrum. So.
Yeah. God, that's crazy. You know about what 1080 is, dude? Oh, all right, cool. Like, I ain't gonna front, just to throw this out there before I let you answer that last question. It'd be dope if there was like a package, like an Elite Pro, like package that came out where it's like, how you can have like 2 cards and it's like an SLI. That would be crazy if y'all had a SLI option to take it to a whole nother level. But that's just me wishful thinking. Hell yeah! If I say I want it, I'm speaking for y'all. Like, if I wanted, they wanted too, because we want the same things. Because we hardcore gamers. Now, for you, in 4 years, where do you see, like Liquid Sky, and when it's officially launching and it comes out, what do you hope to happen, out the gate on top of the $1 million that you have already?
As far as what we're hoping for and planning for is extreme viral growth. The fact that this works, and we know it works, and it has been working for years. We are planning on seeing with this free plan the ability for gamers from all over the world, beyond just developed countries, but going into third world countries and giving them this opportunity to experience what they've heard about, what they've seen, and finally get to play. And kind of what we were alluding to earlier. Something that always stuck out to me is I always had less hardware when I was growing up. My buddies had the cool hardware. I always missed out. Gotcha. So when I see something like we built something like Liquid Sky, it makes that person be able to be a part of their friends group and like not be able to miss out on that gameplay. And as far as growth and trajectory, like I mentioned, we just see massive upside, massive potential, and that's what we're planning for, and that's why we're rolling out and still in beta, so we protect the user experience for those that are fortunate enough to be in the beta early on. Our goal is to protect their experience, to make sure that it's a positive experience and that they're going to work their hardest to refer their friends and drive their friends in. And then from there, as far as 4 years from now, we want to be, one of the go-to options for people to play games. When people are thinking about, whether consoles are still around, people are still now talking about consoles not, continuing on after this current generation. Whether that happens or doesn't, we want to be the option that people choose when it comes to playing games and playing any game, and also be a strong partner with the developers and helping spread gaming as an option for anyone anywhere in the world, regardless of your status, your social economical status, or income and stuff like that. So that's what we're trying to do, is bring down the cost of gaming so low that anyone can participate.
Wow. Yo, it's your boy HipHopGamer, Hot 97. This has been historic. This has been epic. I got my man Jason. I got my man Ian. They changing lives in the world of gaming. Pay attention. Liquid Sky. Get on it right now. And we out of here. Peace. Oh my God, son.